Welcome into Jessup Fieldhouse, home of the Michigan State Spartans, as they get ready for senior night here. As you can see, number 12 Michigan State gets ready to take on number 34 ranked Western Michigan. Hi everybody, I am Owen Ozas. That is former gymnast who is joining us tonight, Sarah Sageman. How excited are you for this meet?
I'm very excited. Senior night's always a commemorative night for everybody that's competing. Those that are new to the program, as well as obviously those that are seniors, one that'll last in the memory books for several years to come.
As we get a look at the Western head coach Penny Jernigan, the 8th season as head coach of Western, and then we get a look at Coach Mike Rowe as well, as he has done a fantastic job turning around this program. His 4th season as the MSU head coach. This year has been something special for this Michigan State team, and he firmly believes this is the best team that has ever come to Michigan State. He is very firm on that, and they have been one of the best. They have the best score ever in school history. They accomplished that earlier this season against Illinois. Obviously, Sarah, you were a part of the team that the record was broken from. What was that kind of like, just seeing that that score had been broken?
Amazing, actually. You know, to be a part of that prior 197.075 that we had gotten back when 2003, I believe it was. We always want the program to move forward and to get better as it progresses. So I was very much rooting for them to beat that score, and happy to say that I was on that initial one, but also happy to see that it's been broken now.
It's Bailey Garcia going on vault for MSU.
Nice landing for Bailey there, a little bit of a hop backwards. What you're looking for on vault is obviously a stuck landing at the end, but also tight body positions, making sure your body's in a straight line as you're rotating. Most of the gymnasts from Michigan State do a Yurchenko full vault, which starts at a 9.95 start value.
MSU is 14th in the nation on vault and 3rd in the Big Ten. That is where they will start for the Big Ten meet in a couple of weeks, in that rotation at vault, and then go from there. So we get ready for Western Michigan to go on bars. The order for them is Josephine Thomas, as we get another look right here, Garcia.
She does a nice job getting her shoulders open, angle on the table. Slight pike down as she lands that vault, which caused her to need that scoot back to, didn't quite get the stick. Moving through bars, her major release move to the high bar. Was able to save that one. She was a little bit far on the catch. Nice body lines there on her overshoot down to the low bar. Finishing up now with her dismount. She does a full pirouette into a double pike dismount. Decent step on the landing. Typically the landings are taken deduction-wise based on the width of your shoulders. If it's shoulder width or less, it could be a 1/2 tenth, up to 2 or 3 tenths, depending on how large the step is to come.
And that's Lauren Shu going on vault.
Nice job by Lauren. She has a lot of quick rotation on her vault. She gets up and off the table really fast, turns over her round off quickly, which allows her to get more height in the air as well.
Lauren Shu, a freshman from Austin, Texas, has been one of the key gymnasts for MSU coming in for this year's class. Of course, Gabby Stephen, huge for them, and Skylar Schulte as well.
So quick off the table, her hands barely touch, just a slight step on that landing. She wanted it, but I think we'll have to take a deduction for that one. .9825 for that prior routine on bars for Western.
That's Donna Catherine Roy getting ready for Western.
Nice cast handstand there on the low bar to begin. Had to fight for that extra handstand afterward. She kept the routine moving though. little bit short on that handstand. What the judges are looking for are handstands to be all the way at the top of the bar in a vertical position. She has the full out dismount, little shuffle in the feet, some knees in the landing, but that's a very difficult dismount for her, so nice job.
Solid performance there from the freshman from Rock Hill, South Carolina. As Skylar Schulte gets ready for MSU, she has been so big for them all season long.
Nice block off the table and a stick for Skyla. That was definitely the best vault rotation thus far.
Lots of big hugs, and you just tell from the celebration they are so happy for her. Skyla's so dynamic and just focused on finding that stick, and let's get another look at the replay.
So nice block off the table, gave her plenty of height and distance. You can tell she flares a little bit to try to find that landing. She can see the floor before her feet come down to it. Was able to nail it that time. So as a reminder, those of you that are watching, gymnastics operates with 6 gymnasts that compete per event. Only 5 scores count, though, toward the total for each event, so they are able to drop 1 score. The goal is that you continue to build your scores as the rotation moves forward.
MSU is going to go with at least 2 exhibition gymnasts for each event because of the senior night. Want to give a lot of opportunity to their gymnasts.
Some of the seniors this evening are doing rotations that they don't normally do in the regular lineup just to get some extra numbers and be able to compete in front of their family and friends for their last home meet in Jenison Fieldhouse. Nice routine again there from Western. They came to play tonight.
There's Sarah Morvansky. And now one of those seniors, that's Ashley Hofelik. She gets ready, calm, cool, and collective. Last time at home, stuck her vault and went a 9.925.
So close to perfection for her. Like I said, that Yurchenko full starts at a 9.95. So almost perfection. See if she can get it here again tonight. Nice block off the table. Oh, slight hop backwards. Their body positionings have improved as the season's gone on, which has allowed them to get cleaner landings as well. It's been good to see the progression as their season has moved forward, also getting into championship season coming in.
As we have some, let's look at the replay.
Nice straight body line there. Get a slight pike down. If she could have squeezed a little more while she was rotating, could have seen the floor a little faster and kind of nailed those feet down to it.
So Western so far has a 9.825 from Freeman, a 9.85 from Petra Sick, and then a 9.825 from Johnny Catherine Roy.
Looking good, this routine for Western here. She really swings quickly through her bar routine. A double layout dismount. Slight step forward, her chest was a little bit low, causing her to need to take that step. Lots of nice difficulty for Western though on this bar rotation.
Look right here, that
So
routine.
gearing up, cranking those giants for her double layout. Pretty body positioning, a little bit of bent knees while she's rotating. Sometimes those are hard to see from the judges in fast order.
There's Gabby Steven. She's been perfect before in vault.
A little too much power this evening for that. Had to take the hop backwards, but pretty positioning in the air.
Like I mentioned before, Gabby has earned a perfect 9.95 this season. That was something to watch, and she's been so fantastic right out of the gate for Michigan State.
She's able to also flare like Skyla. She's able to flare out before she comes down into the mat. Just had a little too much power that time. Sometimes adrenaline gets the best of you, hard to kind of rein it in.
So that's an updated look at the scores right there.
Nice release move there for Western, and the required change down to the low bar on her overshoot. Some slight leg separation on the overshoot. A little bit shorter on the cast, but doing a nice job getting into her full pirouette, into her double tuck dismount. Nice bar rotation for Western.
Very solid performance so far, and let's get another look at that. As Leah Mitchell goes for exhibition for Michigan State. Let's look at some of the scores so far to this point. A 9.9 for Skylar Schulte on vault. That's pretty darn good. And then looking around, Lauren Shue had a 9.825. Gabby Steven had a 9.825. And then Garcia and Wiedemann had a 9.775. Here's Leah Mitchell's replay.
So Leah's competing in an exhibition position this evening, so she will not count toward the team score for this vault, but nice to get some numbers in for her in that rotation there as well. That was a nice vault.
She's been working hard to work back into that vault line, and she ended up scoring a 9.775 at OSU last week. For Western, currently on bars, have a 49.25, very solid performance, as Murphy had a 9.9, Moravansky had a 9.85, Roy had a 9.825, Petras had a 9.85, and Freeman had a 9.825. As that was Nia Smith, who just went from Michigan State.
Nia again doing that exhibition position. An exhibition here for Western on bars again. She does reverse hex, nice height on that. Cross to handstand. This is her overshoot down to the low bar, a little bit shy of the handstand. Bring up for her dismount here. Full pirouette into a double tuck. See if she can, a little bit of a step on that dismount.
I believe that was Carissa Ludwig, the senior from Clarkston, Michigan. Get another look at the replay.
Chest was low on the dismount. You want to see, the judges like to see chest, hips, and heels all vertically in line with one another when you land. So it's a deduction if your chest is forward over your feet.
As that will conclude the first rotation for each team. So Michigan State first will get a 49.1 in vault, and on bars for Western, they finished with a 49.25. So very solid performances from each team. Slight lead for Western, as now they will flip events. As we will take a quick break. We'll be right back here as we get a look at Gabby Steven, Michigan State with a 49.1. You're watching gymnastics on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to Jesse Fieldhouse as we get a look at Skylar Schulte. She led the Spartans for vault with a 9.9, career high for her, as we get another look right there.
Nice vault for Skylar. Gets a lot of block off the table. That stuck landing for her. Very excited. That was a phenomenal vault by Skylar.
And Skylar's just a ball of energy. I was talking with some of her coaches, and they just love the energy whether it's at these meets or just out in public and everything, she is just always so excited and charismatic and just a great person to be around.
First vault for Western here. Just a slight hop backwards on the landing. A decent opening vault for them.
As Gabby Steven gets ready to go, we'll look at the scores right there. 49.25 for Westerns as they are now shifting over to vault, and then MSU with the 49.1. We shift over to bars. There's Gabby Steven getting ready.
Gabby starts here with her cast to handstand. Unfortunately, casted over on her initial handstand. Was trying as best she could to save that and pull her toes back across the bar, but couldn't quite get it.
And she's been so consistently dynamic leading off, and just a big part for the Spartan team.
This is one of those moments of, she was trying to get that handstand all the way vertical, so it was an aggressive mistake, which is what you like to see out of a gymnast. Unfortunate that you couldn't quite dial it in there. So she will begin again. So that fall for Gabby will get her a neutral deduction of 5/10. Moving nicely now through the routine. So Michigan State now starting with a fall will hope to get 5 hits after Gabby. Still important to try to stick this landing. Great job for her. Great routine after that initial mistake. It's difficult to come back from a mistake and still have a solid routine after the fact. But she did a good job brushing it off and finishing strong here with this stick on the dismount.
Indeed, she did. MSU 21st in the nation in bars, 6th in the Big Ten as we're ready for Western.
Nice job getting quickly into the table. She got a lot more height on that vault than their first vaulter had gotten. Slight hop backwards on the landing. Western's rolling tonight.
That's Danny Petrosic that just went, and Bailey Garcia gets ready for MSU. She had a season high last week at OSU, does a very difficult dismount, blindfold to a double layout. Only one other NCAA gymnast competes like that dismount.
Yes, it's a fine balance in our sport to figure out how much difficulty to add into the routines and how much will that gain versus cause deductions. So if you're able to throw that higher level difficulty, it certainly behooves you in terms of the judges' eyes, but it is harder to be clean with them and to get sticks on the more difficult dismounts. So a little bit of pressure on the remaining lineup for Michigan State here, wanting to drop that initial score from Gabby.
And this is a spot where the Spartans have been in before, especially a couple meets ago. They had a fall on beam, and from that point on, all the girls just took over and had fantastic scores. They don't really get nervous in this situation. I've talked to Roe about this, and he says his gymnasts don't get nervous. They're excited for this adversity.
They're so well prepared this season, especially, that inevitably you're going to make mistakes here and there. And most importantly is how you come back from that, and her team has her back. So Bailey's doing a very nice job regrouping here for the Spartans. That was that full pirouette into the double layout. Beautifully done. Slight hop backwards for her, but great routine getting back on track for the Spartans.
Like you talked about, that preparation started last year, in fact, when they got ready to go after the whole COVID situation. Obviously, they only had 2 meets, but that preparation started in March of last year. So it's been 12 months for this MSU team getting ready.
Absolutely. And they had a couple of good meets last season to start, and unfortunately had to get shut down, but have just kept that momentum rolling. They've stayed in the gym, they've stayed motivated and active, and we're really excited this season to get back to their gymnastics and to prove that they were a force to be reckoned with here.
And I talked to Coach Rowe, and he said on paper, obviously this team looks really good, but once they started practicing and getting in the gym and whatnot, he started to realize this team is special. And obviously they have been. They've been one of the best, if not the best, in team history.
Absolutely right.
So Leah Mitchell, she's a senior. Beautiful lines throughout her routine. Worked hard to upgrade her dismount to a double layout. She gets ready on senior night.
Pretty incredible for Leah. It's not very often that as a senior and or in her case a fifth-year senior, you're still learning new skills in gymnastics. So she decided after last season she wanted to learn a double layout dismount. And so she took it upon herself to start to train that this summer, and obviously has been able to compete it all season. So kudos to Leah for learning something new at the tail end of her career here. You should see those clean lines that we've mentioned. She has pointed toes all the way through her gymnastics. Legs squeezed together consistently. Very nice handstand to finish before her dismount here in that double layout. Close to a stick. She did the old college salute a little bit there and kind of stepped back to get out of that landing as quickly as she could, knowing she didn't quite have full control. We'll see what the judges do with that dismount for her.
Now for Western.
And that was an unique vault.
Let's get a look at the last two events right here. That's
Leah's dismount initially here. A little bit off balance on that landing. She wanted it though. So this is a souk entry. She comes in forward into the table versus coming in backwards out of a round off like most of the gymnasts do. That was actually a souk 1.5 in a tuck position. So very difficult. It's nice to see some change up, a more unique vault versus that same Yurchenko full that we most often see in collegiate gymnastics.
That's Jory Jackert. She's such a great natural swinger. As we get a updated look at the scores, 68.75 for Western, a 58.45 for MSU. She has unlimited scoring potential and does a beautiful job.
Jory's another gymnast with just beautiful lines on this event. She swings smoothly. It just looks like she's at ease up there on the bars. Beautiful toe point throughout. Very nice handstand on her overshoot there. She has just her dismount remaining. Nice handstand. She likes to show those off. Full pirouette and her double tuck. Didn't quite get the stick, but beautiful routine for Jory there.
Now for Western.
Back to this Yurchenko entry and a full. Very nice landing there. She actually got block off the table initially before starting her twist. A lot of times gymnasts will try to twist really early off the table. They end up going a little bit sideways on their landing.
Here's Jory.
Opened a little bit too soon on that double tuck for Jory, caused that hop forward for herself. That shows a good replay there of that block off the table, giving her some time before she needed to start her twist, which allowed her to be able to find that floor more easily too for a nice landing.
Here's Skylar Schulte. Like we talked about, such a big performance, 9.9 on vault as she gets ready for bars. Such an aggressive bar swinger. They double huge layout dismount.
Yes, Skylar definitely swings aggressively and quickly. Well, point that out on her dismount here when she gears up for that double layout, like you said. She has one of the highest double layouts in Big Ten Conference here. Working well so far. They're being very aggressive on these handstands. Again, here's gearing up for those giants into her double layout. She lands with her chest all the way vertical, right above her heels, which is not an easy thing to do on that difficult of a dismount as well.
Very solid performance from the freshman once again.
Back over to vault for Western. Yurchenko layout half. That has the same start value as the Yurchenko full. It's actually a little bit more difficult to land because it's a blind landing, meaning you cannot see the mat prior to your feet coming in contact with it. So it's a lot about air awareness being able to know where that floor is coming.
Another look at Skyla on her land, and now for Western.
So here's that blind landing as she's coming forward. She got a little bit surprised by the landing there, had some more power than she was thinking, so had to take that step forward. Delaney's up next for bars for Michigan State.
Delaney Harkness, she has such a strong technique throughout. It's a nice job hitting handstands and has scored a 9.9 3 times this season on bars.
Starts on the high bar. Does a toe shoot into her ginger. Legs glued together the whole way through. Michigan State has done a phenomenal job working on hitting these handstands all the way vertically. They're not giving any deductions away on those, which is nice to see. Cranking the Giants for her full in dismount. Stuck landing for Delaney. Wonderful routine.
Love the reaction from
her teammates are flashing the 10 signs. They want a 10.
She's been so good anchoring for MSU on bars all season long.
So as the last routine there, that means Michigan State did not have to count the initial fall from Gabby. So they did their jobs. One of the beautiful things about being in a team atmosphere with our sport, that you get to drop that one score if you make a mistake, but your teammates are right there to back you up. Here's that dismount for Delaney. So it's a full twist in the first tuck that she does and a second tuck afterward for that stuck landing.
She'll get a 9.95, so close to that time. As we look up and down for MSU on bars, Bailey Garcia had a 9.85. Skyla Schulte had a 9.875. Gabby Stevens, of course, had the fall. She had a 9.35. And then for Leah Mitchell, she had a 9.85. Jory Jackert had a 9.875. And then Delaney just had a 9.95.
Phenomenal finish for Delaney there. So close to that 10. Great way to finish strong by the Spartans.
Here's Sydney Ewing, one of the seniors competing tonight as the exhibition. She has a beautiful form on this event. Nice toe point throughout.
Nice job on her reverse hecht by Sydney right before her dismount here. It's a half pirouette, blind change into a half pirouette double tuck. It's an open double tuck. She doesn't even have to grab her legs to pull it around. Easy for her there on that nice stick for her dismount as well. So here she comes. Open double tuck. A lot of times gymnasts will grab onto their legs to help the rotation come around faster. She kind of just barely taps them to show positioning, but floats it down.
And then on vault for Western, some of the final scores, Danny Petrusket had a 9.725. Murphy had a 9.825. Moravansky had a 9.88. Thomas had a 9.775. St. Clair had a 9.825. And Carissa Ludwig had a 9.750. So that will combine for a 48.975.
And the last competitor for Michigan State here is Elena. Again, a senior, being able to get these seniors as much exposure tonight as they are able to. For their last time competing in Jenison.
Her father did a really nice job singing the national anthem before.
He did a phenomenal job. Before the broadcast began, the national anthem, Elena's dad sang, had a beautiful voice. I'm not sure if I was the dad that I could have sung that well with all the emotion of it being senior night, but still excitement at the moment, I guess.
I'm sure that emotion will come out when it's time for floor.
That'll be at the last rotation, I'm sure, instead. Here goes Elena. She's going to mount over the low bar. Elena has a few unique skills here, particularly her dismount, getting ready to come. She does a toe front pike. Again, one of these blind landings, similar to the vault we'd seen by Western. Blind change into a half pirouette. She has a toe on, front pike. Nose with that floor, slight hop forward, but nice routine there for Elena on senior night.
Lots of hugs once again for the senior. Just gonna have a look at her performance.
So get those toes on the bar. Opens up. You can tell she has good air awareness to know when she needs to open that pike positioning up in order to find the floor. Just a little bit of a hop forward, but that should be a decent score for her.
As that will conclude rotation number 2, the updated scores: Michigan State at 98.5, Western Michigan with a 98.225. We will take a quick break. You're watching gymnastics on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to Jessen Fieldhouse, home of the Michigan State Spartans. It is currently a close meet right now. MSU leads 98.5 to Western's 98.225 as MSU gets ready to go on beam. They're 6th in the country and 1st in the Big Ten. Just for the longest time ever, this event has been the Achilles heel of the MSU Spartans. They have really turned that around. They broke the program record against Illinois with a 49.5. They're coming off a 49.45 at OSU. They continue to raise that bar and are so focused on beam and just getting better, and they've been so good throughout the season.
They have been. They have a calm demeanor about them when they're up on the apparatus, and they have confidence in each other, and that shows.
Right.
So Alyssa's done a great job at the leadoff position for them all year long.
They just continue, like you said, just really focusing on building off of one another's routines and getting better. And here's Alyssa Wiedemann. She competes like she trains every day and has earned a career high Big Ten 5, 9.875. She gets ready.
This leadoff position is so important to set the tone for the rest of the rotation for her teammates. So typically the leadoff gymnast is one that's consistent, calm, confident. You know you can put up a hit every time they're up on the apparatus. Nice McCain spring layout. Slight bobble, made a correction to drop that arm for herself. Covered it up pretty well. The ever important full turn, that's a requirement in every beam routine. It's one of the simplest skills that a gymnast will do, but for whatever reason, oftentimes one of the most difficult mentally. Tend to make silly mistakes on full turns, which is kind of a joke in the gymnastics community. Nice hitch kick into a front toss. She actually had her feet pointing sideways when she landed there, so that was a pretty good save on her part to not have any deduction on that landing. Her leap connection there for Alyssa. Just has her dismount left. Alyssa does a gainer full and a tuck position for her dismount, kind of a unique one here. Looking for that stick. And she got it a little off to the side on the landing. She almost missed the net, I believe, but was able to still get that stick nonetheless.
Very solid performance is now on floor. Western gets ready to go. It's Danny Petrusik.
Some dramatic music to start here for Danny. Typically, gymnasts will pick their own floor music, and it fits the personality of the gymnast. Opening here with a double pike. The step backwards is okay to do on floor, unlike the other rotations where you want to land without moving your feet at all. On a floor pass, it is okay to take the controlled step backwards. That controlled step, though, is what becomes the key factor. She actually stuck the double tuck coming backward there after I just said it was okay to take the step.
Danny, a sophomore from Rockford, Illinois.
Smiling at the judges there, showing a little personality. It's always fun to find where the judges will sit, and like she did, point at them or make eye contact. Nice front layout, front full to finish there for Western. Good opening routine for them.
Very solid performance indeed. As Gianna Khalifi will get ready to go.
It's a clip of that last pass there by Western, that front layout, front full.
Gianna does a beautiful triple series of back handspring, and back layout. And carries herself with an obvious confidence on balance beam, which leads to her success, and she's gone 9.94 times.
Pretty impressive. She has just those natural clean lines to her gymnastics as well. So there aren't a lot of inborn deductions in her skills. Nice full turn to start here. Getting ready for her series. This is that 2 back handsprings to a layout step out. Solid for her. You can see her teammates cheering for her in the background there. That's a good look at the size of the balance beam, only 4 inches wide. So pretty much enough for your feet to sit almost side by side with each other. Solid routine going for Gianna here. She has just her dismount remaining. Cartwheel into a layout full. Solid stick for her. Could be another 9-9.
Very solid performance again. Gianna, relief on her face. Just once again, Michigan State, one of the best in the country at beam. Get another look right here.
This is her dismount, that cartwheel into a gainer full. So the width of her feet there, that was a good angle. As long as you can close your heels together, there's no deduction for your feet landing apart like that. If you close your heels and they touch one another, if they end up too far apart from each other, it can be a deduction.
This is Josephine Thomas for Western.
A nice double tuck for her to open her routine. You notice she has some mats out on the floor. That is okay to use. They must put the out of bounds line on top of the mat just so the judges can see where that boundary sits. That just gives some extra protection for ankles and things for gymnasts if they need that. Each floor routine does a requirement that you are down on the floor for some of your dance. So she's kind of taking a breather here with some of that dance before her last pass. Coming back with a double pike to finish here. Just a little bit low on that landing, had to take a step forward. But she actually did her most difficult pass as her last pass versus her first. Solid routine still for Western there.
Correction, that was Danny Petrosic right there with the performance. Nice job from her.
It's another view of her last pass. She had to work to get that double pike all the way around.
Gabby Stephen getting ready to go. Earned it 9.9 6 times in a row on beam. Career high of 9.95 for her.
Gabby does a front toss in basically a laid out position. Usually it's done in a tuck position, but that just shows how strong she is. She's able to have a laid out positioning with her body. Looks like Gianna added another 9.9 to her repertoire there. Score came in for her. I think that's 5 for her now. Gabby's doing her series back handspring layout. She has so much lift in her series. And her leap connection here. Beat jump to a straddle half. And here comes her round off double full dismount. Looking for that landing, and she got it. Nice stick, great routine again there for Michigan State, still rolling.
They continue to keep on rolling. They look fantastic right now. Gabby Stephen, just so impressive.
She's such a powerful gymnast,
Indeed she is.
But yet has a lot of grace with her gymnastics as well. That's a beautiful combination to see.
Only a freshman, she just leads by example of her performances and calm, cool, and collectedness. This is Cassie St. Clair.
Cassie opens here with a full in. That is an E-level skill. So in gymnastics, things are rated from an A to an E, depending on the difficulty level. So that is the highest difficulty that you can do in a tumbling pass. Smiling at her teammates there on the sidelines. Here comes her leap pass, a switch side straddle full. Looking for a full 180-degree split on those leaps. Getting ready for her last tumbling pass here. This is a front through to a double pike. Nice finish for her. So she actually only did 2 passes, which is okay as long as you suffice the amount of bonus that is needed for your routine.
And that was actually Donna Catherine Roy, the freshman from Rock Hill, South Carolina. She got slid in late into the lineups.
As a late add, that was a great routine for her. Looking at that last pass, a little bit of bent knees on the double pike for her there, but is able to find her feet.
And here's Skylar Schulte. She's coming off a career high at OSU, a 9.9, and has been freshman in the league 3 times this season.
Yeah, showing off some of her beautiful flexibility on the opening beam routine there. Switch side half. As simple as she made that look, that's actually a very difficult combination there. Gets her quite a bit of bonus. In her series, the back handspring layout step out. Solid. Shows off some of her personality in this routine as well. And her aerial to a full dismount and another stick. Spartans are unwavered this evening on balance beam.
Just continue to be relentless on that. So get another look at Skyla's performance.
And this is her dismount, the aerial, into the layout full. And another stick for the Spartans.
And now here's Cassie St. Clair. She's a freshman from Plainfield, Illinois.
Nice opening pass there for Cassie. Some fun choreography here for her. Kind of a chance to show off and have a good time out there on the floor. Score just came in for Skyla Schulte at a 9.95.
Which would break her career high, and she just set it last week, and she's getting better and better.
Continues to improve as that season moves forward. Gearing up here for the last pass for Western. And a front double full. Thought to save that landing for herself. That was a good save. Gymnasts tend to be more comfortable doing front tumbling or back tumbling. Looks like Cassie prefers front tumbling mostly for her. Good save on that last pass.
Now here's Leah Mitchell. She does a nice triple series and works with a graceful rhythm on beam.
Here's that last punch, front double full. You can see her shoulders and her hips were behind where her feet landed on the floor, so she had to take those few steps backwards, which will be deductions, but great job not getting the fall. Leah has a lot of poise on balance beam, just looks calm and collected. Triple series here by handspring layout. Solid landing for her. She makes everything look so easy. And a front aerial. Balance beam does require that you do a skill that moves forward in that motion, so that front aerial suffice for that for Leah. And her dismount remaining here. She does a round off 1.5. Slight step forward there. That's another one of those college sticks. We'll see if the judges give it to her or not. But very nice routine for Leah. We'll take another look at that. Round off 1.5. Landed a little bit over her toes there. Kind of had to fight. Oh, she did hop. So she'll have the hop. Half-tenth deduction probably there on that dismount.
Mitchell's held a spot in bars and beam for the lineup every meet this season, and she's been so consistent, deciding to come back for that 5th year.
Looking back over to Western here for that front through to a round off double tuck.
This is Peyton Murphy.
Requirement in floor routines is that you do what's called a 2 salto pass, so you must flip without your hands twice in combination. So Peyton's front flip to start with into that round off and double pike meet that requirement. And a front 1.5 to a straddle jump. Actually gets bonus there to connect a leap into that tumbling pass. A lot of gymnasts have started to do that because it also saves some deduction on landing potential steps and things.
Murphy, one of the gymnasts competing in all-around for Western tonight. She's earned first-team All-MAC honors before.
And she comes back with a round-off double pike. Had a little bouncy on the end there. Didn't quite bend her knees when she came into contact with the floor, so it caused her to rebound basically out of the landing a bit. Nice routine for her there, though.
Another look.
So her legs are straight when she hits the ground, causes them to kind of bounce behind herself. Didn't absorb the landing when her feet touched.
And here's Bailey Garcia. She's been the anchor all year long, and incredible flexibility, and has scored 9.9 or higher 7 times this season.
So Michigan State already has 5 hits prior to Bailey here, so no pressure. She's just trying to get a little bit higher score than one of her teammates so they can continue to improve that team total at the end here. So back handspring layout, solid for her. Michigan State's beam rotation just has such confidence, Front aerial, oh, good save for her there. She did break the connection on that front aerial to her split jump, which means she will not get the bonus from that connection. She did a switch leap to a split jump. Beautiful flexibility for her here. And her aerial into a full dismount. Nice job, great rotation for Michigan State. They will likely drop that final score from Bailey after the little bit of a deduction after her front aerial. Right here, just dropped her left shoulder a bit, ended up getting her center of balance off to the side of the beam and had to make the correction to save it. Finishing up for Western here.
This is Carissa Ludwig.
Opening pass is a front through to a round-off double tuck. So she's the second gymnast now that has not actually used a back handspring at all in her tumbling pass. Typically you'll do a round-off back handspring first before your double back. She has enough power though without it, so sometimes they'll do that if it saves, if they have a shoulder injury or something that maybe wouldn't have to use that back handspring for. Some unique choreography there. Getting in a few deep breaths here before her next pass. She does a round off into a double pike. Nice landing for her there. Solid routine to finish as their anchor for floor.
Carissa's such a good student athlete as she's earned academic All-MAC honors 2 years in a row. You know, look at her performance.
Is that fun choreography? The old belly flop.
And here's Ashley from Michigan State. She's worked really hard for the opportunity to compete on balance beam and continuously works on improving her form and technique with criticism from her coaches.
So this is an exhibition for Ashley here. Exhibitions are nice to be able to get the gymnast in front of the judges, kind of get that experience in case they need to use them in a meet down the line. And it also keeps things competitive amongst the team as well, where you're having to really earn your positioning in the lineup. So it's nice to see some extra depth Michigan State's short on a few of the events tonight with using some of their seniors here. Her aerial into a wolf jump. Slight pause in that connection. They'll probably give it to her, but could be a deduction if they chose to break that connection of the aerial split wolf jump for her. Switch leap into a gainer pike for Ashley for her dismount. A little bit of a hop on the landing. Nice routine though for Ashley.
Very impressive as Michigan State will finish with a 49.4 on beam. Khalifi had a 9.9. Leah Mitchell had a 9.85 as her last performance on beam here at home for Michigan State. Gabby Stephen had a 9.875. Skylar Schulte, fantastic. Breaks her career high on beam at 9.95. As she set last week at 9.9 against Ohio State, beats it again this week. Now, and then Alyssa Weideman had a 9.825. So overall, really solid performance for MSU on beam. And then on floor for Western, they finished with a 49 even. Cassie St. Clair had a 9.7. Moravansky had a 9.875. Murphy had a 9.825. Roy had a 9.75. And Petrosic had a 9.85. So very solid performances all the way around for Western as well. As now here's Elena Rabin.
Last competitor for Michigan State here, and again in this secondary exhibition position.
She's coming off a 9.8 on beam at OSU and is looking to beat her personal best of a 9.85.
Starts with her series here for Elena. Oh, I'm sorry, actually it was just her standing layout. So that shows her flight element. Done by itself though with a solid landing. Flutter jump into a straddle 3/4. This will be Elena's series. She does an aerial into a round off. That gives her the connection that's required for the Ecker series connection. Oh, and the elusive full turn. Slight bobble on that for her. I think she let her guard down a little bit after doing the more difficult skills. Coming into her dismount here. It's a punch front full and a stuck landing. Beautiful routine there.
Very nice performance from Elena as that rounds out the beam performance for the Michigan State Spartans. They had a fantastic performance once again on beam. One of the best in the country, 6th best in the country, in fact, best in the Big Ten. They will have floor next as we will take a quick break. Michigan State currently leads Western 147.9 to 147.225. You're watching gymnastics on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back to Jansen Fieldhouse, home of the Michigan State Spartans. They currently lead 147.9 to Western Michigan's 147.4. They need a 49.1 to achieve 197 once again in what has been a fantastic season for these Spartans. And this is going to be the final rotation for these seniors at home, and this is going to be something to watch, at least once they finish their routine, how those emotions play a factor. And Rowe, I talked to Coach Rowe about that, and he wants to make sure those emotions stay until after they complete their performance.
Yes, it is important on a night like this for senior night that you still stay in the moment, compete your routine as you should, try to let that emotional side stay at bay until after your routine is finished. Get through it safely, make sure you're doing all the things correctly like you do in practice every day.
As that was a look at Alan Haller, who has been all over the place for Michigan State. He was Thursday morning in Indy with me for the women's basketball game versus Purdue. And then he was out that night to Ohio State versus MSU for the men's basketball. Then back Friday morning for Michigan State versus Ohio State women's, the Big Ten tournament, where MSU got eliminated. And now he's here. So he's been all over the place and very active with MSU athletics, doing a really nice job so far for the Spartans in this first year.
It's great to see that support coming out to gymnastics for sure. Western starting on balance beam here. Back handspring layout, step out. First series, a little bit of leg form in that back handspring as she came across the top of the series.
This is Danny Petrowsik.
That was an aerial into a beat jump. Dropped her shoulder on the aerial. She will lose the connection for that skill, which again means she may not start from a 10.0 for her start value. Switch leap into a tuck full. Kind of had to eke around the last of that 3/4 there to get her feet forward. Nice job not having any kind of wobble on that skill though. And here's her dismount, an aerial into a full. Got the stick on the dismount.
Really nice job there by Danny. And now the senior parents are being called down, as for each one, after their performance, these seniors will be honored, and it'll be definitely something to watch for these Spartans. This is Sydney Ewing, who opens out with a front handspring and ends with a difficult combination pass.
So Sydney's one of the front tumblers, like I had mentioned. Gymnasts tend to have a preference for tumbling forward or backwards. So she does a front handspring, front double full. Nicely done there, shows great control on that landing.
Ewing averages a 9.825 on floor.
This routine has a nice combination of kind of the dramatic side, but then showing the grace and the beauty. Doing these leap combination there. So Sydney only does a 2-pass routine as the lead off here. So coming back now for her second tumbling pass, and it'll be her final one. Round off 1.5, punch front full. Stays in bounds on that edge. She knew exactly where she needed to be for her landing there.
And there's the emotions. Right there. Big hug.
There you have it.
From her family.
Parents, family able to come out to say congratulations to her at her last home meet as a senior.
Clearly emotional, and rightfully so. It's been quite the ride for Ewing at MSU, and she's made an appearance in the leadoff spot on floor in every meet so far, including this one.
Look at that, both passes for her here, that front double full and then the 1.5 punch front full. Kind of see the smile in her face there, knowing she was close to that out of bounds line, but was able to control the landing to not get the deduction for stepping across into the white. It's tradition here at Michigan State that the seniors' last routine of the evening, they are given flowers. Typically they're tossed out as well. I'm not sure if that was able to be seen in the broadcast there, but
yeah, there was a couple flowers.
Throwing the flowers out for them, it's just kind of the way to do a send-off.
So cool. And of course, the men's basketball senior day will be tomorrow, where they'll kiss the Spartan logo.
Nice front aerial there for Western. Good control on that landing. This is her leap combination here, a split jump into a split half. Nicely done. And her dismount and aerial. Back full, slight little step with that right foot. She kind of got tangled up in the mat, it looked like, a little bit more than actually needing to be off balance there.
Danny had a 9.675 on beam first for Western. Josephine Thomas that just went for the Broncos. This here's Nia Smith. MSU's 7th in the nation on floor and 3rd in the Big Ten. Just so good all season long, and they've really worked to improve difficulty in the tumbling passes. They have 4 E passes in the lineup. Tonight they're resting Delaney Harkness, but they broke the program record against Illinois, scoring a new record of a 49.575.
Having to do some mat shuffling here before Nia's routine.
They're coming off a 49.45 at OSU.
So Michigan State is looking tonight to try to increase their what is called NQS score. That's the national qualifying score that's used for the rankings overall in the nation. That's calculated by taking the top 6 scores per team. The highest score is dropped, and then they average the remaining 5. However, 5 of those scores must be from away meets. So Michigan State's looking to get a good number here tonight, kind of help to increase that NQS value for themselves.
As you can see, Sydney Ewing at a 9.9, first off the floor for MSU.
Nia with a beautiful front through to a sky-high double tuck here. To her leap pass, a switch side, straddle fold. Showing off some flexibility there with that straddle. Her second pass, round off 1.5, punch front layout. Good control on that landing. Getting one of these personality moments here with the choreography here for Nia. Getting ready for her last pass. She closes with a double pike. Beautiful control again on that landing. Her chest was up, no deduction for that landing at all.
Big focus for MSU has been chest up. As the junior from West Bloomfield concludes her performance. Get another look right here.
This is her last pass, her double pike. Again, chest is up and off of the legs as her feet hit the ground. That just shows she had plenty of rotation and lots of control in that landing where she wasn't having to force it.
Here's Riley Goldmeyer for Western.
Again, that required full turn to start for her. Gets it out of the way early. She has a front aerial. Beautiful landing on that. Here's her series, a back handspring, layout step out. Nice job. And split jump, split three-quarter for her dance series connection. Finishing up with her dismount here. Aerial into a layout full and gets the stick.
Very nice job. Her teammates are so excited for her.
Beam's a good place to be tonight.
There's Delaney Harkness. She got rested against OSU last time out. Nia Smith had a 9.925 for the Spartans.
Delaney does one of the E passes that was mentioned. It's a full in to start the routine for her here. And that means she does a full twist in her first flip, followed by a second flip. Girls really love their choreography this year. You can tell they all take ownership of the music and the dance that they've chosen. Let's see, Elena there doing some of the routine with her teammate there. You see each other compete these routines, train them every day in the gym, so pretty much you know each person's routine pretty well as the time passes. Delaney finishes with a front through to a double tuck. Nice landing for her. That should be another good score for the Spartans.
Very nice job again. She's gone 9.9 or higher 4 times so far in this season. Another look from her.
Her last pass, that front through to a double tuck. Very nice control on that landing. Again, that gets her 2 salto pass for the requirement.
As now, obviously, Western gets ready to go. This is Sarah Moravansky, but some hugs before Leah Mitchell's final floor performance for her.
Unfortunately, a fall there for Western. She had a nice triple series going for her. She turns over her back handsprings very quickly, which gives her a lot of momentum in that series. Didn't quite stay down on her front leg to hold the landing on the layout. So Western will be looking to drop this score. We'll have to get a few hits after this routine to be able to do so. It's coming off of a 9.95 from the prior gymnast for Western, which was a great score for them. So finishing up for a dismount here. A round off 1.5. Nice controlled landing for her there on the 1.5. Unfortunate fall for her on her series.
Now we flip it over to Leah Mitchell. Has meant so much to this program as we get another look at this replay here.
Slight little shuffle of the feet there, but good control.
But here's Leah Mitchell, and she's meant so much. Her parents are watching right there from the side, and she's been here for 5 years. Obviously, last season had to make the decision after only having 2 meets as a senior to come back, and she thought that decision was easy. She wanted to compete for MSU, and it's been such a special season for her, and she's a captain and a leader for the Spartan team.
She knew she had more to give and didn't want to leave her senior year with only those 2 meets under her belt. So she opens here with a nice clean double tuck. Oh goodness, just got a little overly excited there. So unfortunately that will be a fall for Leah. That neutral 5/10 deduction. Couple gymnasts left to go after her. Get hit routines, they can still have a solid score for this floor rotation. Leah's gonna keep finishing strong here. Her second pass of 1.5. Front layout. Add some dance out of that front layout. A little bit of a mental game here on her last routine. She knows it'll be the last one she'll do here in Jenison on senior night. This is what Mike was mentioning about trying to just stay in the moment. Doing her leap pass. Switch side, straddle full. Getting ready to do her last pass here will be a double pike. Showing some eyes there, some eyebrows, I should say, at the judges.
So entertaining to watch.
And her double pike. Nice landing for her. A little bit of a chest down. Kind of had to fight for that a little bit, but great job, Leah.
She gets a hug from family members and flowers thrown at her, and obviously not the final performance that she wanted on floor, but
there have been so many other routines that Leah's contributed to the program, though.
Yes.
This one she can just let go, and she knows her teammates have her back. So just got a little too excited on that opening pass. Coming back with her last double pike. So chest was a little bit low on that landing. That will be deduction for her. Coming back into the series here by handspring layout. Solid landing for that series. Cat leap into a switch half.
This is Sarah Morvansky.
And split jump straddle quarter. So finishes up for her dismount here. So round off 1.5. Solid landing. Great way to come back for Western there after a fall. That was exactly what they needed.
Very good bounce back performance, like you mentioned, for the Broncos as we get another look.
And the 1.5 here, and solid finish. Definitely no budging of the feet on that landing.
None indeed, as we get ready for, it's going to be Skyla Schulte. Right there, she's had quite the performance, only all around for MSU. She gets ready to go on floor. So much energy throughout the watch for her. She scored a 9.9 3 times this season.
Skyla again will open with a full in, that E pass. Same that Delaney had done. Nice landing for her on that. There's some cheering in the background there. Western got a 9.95 on that prior beam routine. So Skyla's having to continue on as the cheering ensues in the background. Finishing her leap pass there. Skyla prepares for her last pass here. A front through to a double tuck. Finds the landing nicely. Awesome finish for Skyla.
Very
Again,
good.
a great comeback after that mistake by Leah.
And that's what the Spartans are so good about, is bouncing back from those sorts of falls and whatnot. And every gymnast has your back on this team.
Absolutely. This is her showing her last pass again. Again, that chest is lifted as her feet hit the floor. Showing some sass there at the end of the routine.
Now here's Amanda Gruber for Western.
Front toss for her. I think she was intending to connect that split jump, but didn't have the wobble at least, so she knew she wasn't going to connect them together, just did it separately. And back handspring layout for the beam series. Solid.
Skyla Schulte at a 9.95 on floor.
Awesome score for Skyla there. Again, way to come back from the mistake by Leah. Getting back on track. Skyla had an awesome night tonight.
Indeed she has. She had a 9.9 on vault, a 9.875 on bars, and then a 9.95 on beam.
Beam and floor, that might best her all-around score of the season so far. Aerial full for the dismount for Western. They are rolling over there. Nice routines they've put forward.
And we'll get another
Showing
look
this.
right here as Ashley Hofelick gets ready to go. She has scored a 9.9 at every meet this year except for the first, where she earned a 9.875. She is so consistently powerful, and she's chasing a perfect 10.
Little mishap with the music here. She just is going to step off to the side and they'll restart.
Josh, the DJ.
That is okay to do if the music doesn't start in the timing that it's supposed to. It's all right for the gymnast to step back off the apparatus and regroup. She'll get re-saluted. And begin again. Into her opening pass. Double pike. Beautiful landing. It's a nice open position for her. It's pretty to see in the air. Her toes are pointed all the way through. Her leap series, switch side, straddle full. Having some fun with the crowd over there. Here she comes back for her second pass. So round off 1.5 punch front layout and sticks it cold. And finishing up her last pass here. Front back handspring double tuck, and she sticks it. What a way to finish for her.
Wow.
She has been consistent at those landings and that floor routine all season long.
Just the expression on her face says it all. She's been so consistent on floor, ranking 13th in the nation with an NQS of a 9.925.
That shows that body positioning well with the slow-mo there in her double pike opening pass. And this comes back for her last pass, the double tuck. And a stick. She knows it. Western, we're picking up in their routine.
And a 9.95 for Ashley.
She did a handspring, back handspring layout.
Wow.
And her leap pass here. And
the emotion just continues to come out for her. Check that, she had a 9.975.
that means one judge gave her a perfect 10 and one gave her a 9.95. Wonderful job for her on senior night. And finishing a stuck dismount on the gainer pike by Western. That was a phenomenal rotation for Western over there. Came back from the fall they had. They were able to hit those solid scores at the last two gymnasts.
Just
raw emotion now for a lot of the senior gymnasts over here. There will be a couple of exhibitions yet to come from some of the seniors.
And that emotion really hit Ashley when she saw the score and her teammates just went wild. In her final performance here at Jensen Fieldhouse, it gets that 9.975. And she was chasing perfection with that 10. She was so close.
So Michigan State will be able to drop Leah's 9.15 she had gotten.
And that just really shows all these hugs and whatnot from these gymnasts. The team chemistry, Coach Rowe talked about how good it is for this team, and that he firmly believes this team is the closest and just well-knit team of all of them that he's ever coached before. He doesn't know how it happened, but these girls love each other, and they're really a family here at Michigan State, and that's really cool to see for all of them.
Absolutely, and these seniors have met adversity head on, worked through it, been able to come out on top and put the program on the map. And they really do care for one another. They work together as a team. They have each other's back all the time, and they compete for one another. So they're not worried about individual scores personally, but they're worried about bettering each other. And Elena doing her last routine here again on her senior night. She does a unique pass to open here, one we've not seen yet on the night. She has a front handspring, front double front. Beautifully landed. That takes a lot of power. Some fun choreography here from Elena. Does her required backwards tumbling since she likes to go forward better. She did her round-off layout just to suffice for that requirement. Into her leap pass. Switch side, straddle full, straddle full. Gearing up for her last pass here. Front handspring, front full, front layout, beautifully landed. Awesome routine.
Very nice job for one of the team's biggest height women. She's always there to cheer on career best routines and biggest finishes as hugs from her family and flowers flying all over the place once again here at Johnson Fieldhouse.
And an exhibition routine for Western. Standing gainer layout, nicely done. That gainer layout takes off of just one foot, so you swing the other one through to create your momentum. In her series here, back handspring layout, step out. Dropped an arm to compensate for the little bit off balance, but was able to recover nicely from that. Switch leap half, a little bit slow in the connection. Be questionable if the judges actually give that one to her or not for the connection bonus. And a round off 1.5. Nice exhibition routine, again, good to get themselves in front of the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new team high score, 197.75, and the reason for that was floor. They were fantastic. They just set a program record with that, with a 49.675.
Phenomenal floor scores.
As MSU, let's go through those scores. For Michigan State, Skylar Schulte had a 9.95. Hoflick, she had a 9.975 to round off her MSU career at home. That was fantastic. Then Leah Mitchell, she of course had the fall with the 9.15, but the Spartans kept on battling after that. Harkness had a 9.925, Ewing had a 9.9, and Nia Smith had a 9.925. Just a fantastic performance all the way around. Plenty of motions from all the Spartans.
49.675 was the team total for floor for Michigan State tonight. And here's Alyssa.
The previous record, which was set against Illinois, was a 49.575.
A little out of bounds. No momentum carried her too far on that landing, but nice form execution in the air. So she'll get a neutral deduction for that leaving across the white line that was drawn in the net. Coming back for her second pass. 1.5 front layout. Nicely done there. It'll be finishing up for her last pass.
Elena Rabin brought in a 9.825 in her final performance.
Solid score for her. And the front handspring front Rudy, 1.5 twist. Nice finish.
And a very
Another wonderful performance by a Spartan senior.
Very nice job by her, and lots of hugs once again. So we'll get another look at her performance.
Her last pass, this front Rudy. So she's spotting the floor, sees it coming, is able to take that controlled step backwards for her lunge.
So the Spartans just all the way around, fantastic tonight. We talked about how they set that program record earlier in the season against Illinois. Obviously, it was a great performance. But I was talking with the Spartan coaching staff. They believe that wasn't even their best meet. They could have been better, as we'll get a look at that scoreboard right there, that 197.575. That's a brand new program record for MSU. So they set it against Illinois, and then they broke it again here against Western. The Broncos had a 196.725, which is a solid score for them.
Great score for Western tonight, yes.
MSU is just so good, and all the way around. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best team that MSU has had in program history, as they continue to just keep on breaking records. I asked Coach Rowe, what's the ceiling for this team? He said there isn't one. They want to get better and better each performance, each week. The goal is perfection. And that's something about these gymnasts. Some gymnasts like to come in and get that scholarship for college, and they'll kind of ride along. These girls, they want to get better each day here at the gym, and they continue to show that. Obviously, they had the loss against Ohio State. That wasn't great, but they bounced back here tonight, getting that program record on senior night. Just what a storyline for these Spartans and what they've done all season long. They faced plenty of adversity last season, of course. They only had 2 meets, and now with this season wrapping up here at Jenison, obviously they have a couple more meets left, and then they'll be at the premieres for the Big Ten. They'll be slotted in at that 3rd seed, which they actually love. That's why that loss at Ohio State, they feel like that was a blessing in disguise. They get to start on vault. That's where they want to start. That's where they started tonight. And you saw that score that they also had tonight. It's a brand new program record. They're so comfortable with that kind of rotation and whatnot. Just a huge performance for them, Sarah.
Pretty impressive for sure. They kept building as the night went on. Started with a little bit of a lower score than they would have liked to have had on their vault total with a 49-1, but just kept building, kept working hard, kept doing their gymnastics, and it turned out on top.
Indeed they did. Lots of hugs all the way around for Spartans. Plenty of tears shed as well, as these senior class, how special they are. Just what they've done is they'll get a team picture all set up for them. It's just been so special. This senior class was an integral part of turning around this MSU team and bringing in this new culture. This class of 2022 that are currently graduating, obviously they've got some superstars that have been so clutch for them all season long. They're not done yet, as they continue to get better and better, as the final score here at Michigan State, 197.575 to Western Michigan's 196.725. We will take a quick break, as we will have more coverage of the senior night as well as the award ceremony. You're watching gymnastics on Big Ten Plus.
please report to the format for the award ceremony.
Billboard, baby, do it, you can make them dance when they come up. Everybody looking for a dance party.
Michigan State.
As we get a look at Skyla Schulte, who sets the program record with a 39.675. Holy moly, that is fantastic for Michigan State. The fact that she's in her first year here, oh my goodness. As just a reminder, it is senior night tonight as Michigan State gets ready to honor Sydney Ewing, Leah Mitchell, Ashley Hofelick, who just tied the program record on floor for MSU, Elena Rabin, and Alyssa Wiedemann. We will now send it down for the honors of senior night.
Record 197.575. Michigan State University. Congratulations to all tonight participants. Fans remain seated for our senior night presentation. Fans, please turn your attention to the floor as we will now begin our senior night recognitions. First, the Michigan State senior class would like to celebrate the senior class from Western Michigan senior gymnast Carissa Ludwig and student assistant coach Tess Abbott for their excellent collegiate careers. Please give a big round of applause for the Western Michigan seniors, Carissa Ludwig and Tess Abbott. Now, Spartan fans, please keep your attention on the floor area for our senior night presentation, beginning with head coach Mike Rowe.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight on our senior night. It's been hanging around for a little extra longer. We had some scoring difficulties with the new score system we got, but thank you for hanging out to help honor our seniors from Western and State tonight. Kind of bittersweet. We don't want to see them go, but we're happy and we'll be encouraging them all the way for all their future endeavors. So let's begin. 2022 is presenting Michigan State Gymnastics with a large group of graduating seniors. Bittersweet for us in that they're leaving us, but exciting for them and moving on to a different chapter of their lives. First of all, we have Sydney Ewing. Sydney came to us from Woga Gymnastics, coached by Megan Hawk and Natalia Markova. Sydney's highlights in competition include career highs of 985 on vault, 985 on bars, and 99 on floor. In 2019, Sydney was recognized with the Most Improved Award. Sydney's been an academic All Big Ten honoree from 2019 until presently, and a WCG Academic All-American from 2019 until present as well. Sydney will graduate in May with a degree in advertising management, and after graduation will be moving back to Dallas, where she will be working in sports business management. Spartan fans, let's give a big round of applause for Sydney Ewing. Next we have Ashley Hoffman. Hoff came to Michigan State from Oakland Gymnastics, where she was coached by Ruth and Chris Miller, Renee Henry, and Mel Foster, along with Tina Martin of U.S. Gold Gymnastics while she was in Texas when she was younger. Ashley's from Novi, Michigan. Since her freshman year, Hoff has consistently competed ball and floor for us while training the all-around. In 2019, at her freshman home opener with NC State, Ashley christened her collegiate gymnastics career as a Spartan by winning the vault. Ash has since advanced to career highs of 9.925 on vault and 9.975 on floor. We're going to have to change that. More specifically, Hoff has gone 9.925 on floor the last 6 meets as a Spartan. Ash is a two-time NHGCGC WCGA Scholastic All-American and Academic All-Big Ten. In 2021, Ashley earned the Big Ten Distinguished Scholar Award. Ashley will be graduating in May with a degree in finance, which will take her back to Dallas, Texas, where she'll be working as a financial analyst with GM Financial, a position that she earned after a successful internship in the summer of 2021. Spartan fans, Ashley Hoffman. Next we have Leah Mitchell. Leah came to us from American Twisters in Coconut Creek, Florida, where she was coached by Gary Anderson, Christy Ramirez, Terry Giolometti, Dan Fields, and Luis Garcia. Leah's determination, work ethic, and perseverance have made her 5th year return as our super senior, one that has earned many accolades. Leah was marked a Big Ten gymnast to watch in 2018 and 19. In 2019, Leah was voted 2nd team All Big Ten, and in 2020, 1st team All Big Ten. She holds career highs of 9.9 on vault, 9.9 on bars, 9.9 on beam, and 9.95 on floor, with a 39.375 in the all-around. She also received the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award in 2020. Leah was selected as one of our team captains from 2019 until presently. Her accolades during her tenure as a Spartan include 2018-19 NCAA Central Regional Qualifier in the all-around. A member of the Spartan Gymnastics 1,000 Point Club, Leah currently holds the program record for total points contributed during her career at 1,669.375. And that's not counting today and the rest of the season. Leah was voted by her teammates our 2018, 2019, and 2020 team MVP. Academically, Leah has been recognized as a 4-time Academic All-Big Ten recipient, 4-time WCGA Academic All-American, and a 3-time Big Ten Distinguished Scholar. Before this year's announcements have yet to be decided. Leah received our Scholar Athlete Award in our 2019 and 20 awards banquet presented by SASS. In May of 2021, Leah graduated with her Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism, along with being awarded the 2020-2021 Wayne Duke Postgraduate Scholarship. It might be noted that Leah became the first MSU female student athlete to receive this honor and only the second Spartan overall. Outside of the classroom, Leah has been actively involved as a team representative on the Student Athlete Advisory Council. She's also been a sideline reporter for the Big Ten Student U, both in front of and behind the camera and production scenes. This summer, Leah will be graduating with a Master of Arts degree in journalism. Until 2020's COVID-19 pandemic and related restrictions, Leah had been chosen to represent Michigan State at the 2020 FISU Forum in Budapest, Hungary. This summer after graduation, Leah plans on studying abroad in Nairobi, Kenya, where she will then return home to select from a couple of different job opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, Leah Mitchell. Elena Raven. Came to us from McClellanville, South Carolina, and trained in gymnastics and more under Louis Ligori, Rebecca Fork, Melissa Bixby, Hannah Owens, and Tom Holloway. Ray has career highs of 9.9 on leader bars, 9.85 on balance beam, and a 9.85 on floor. While training all around during her time here at Michigan State, Elena stepped out of the floor in her first collegiate meet against NC State and won floor with a 9.85. Elena also received national notoriety in 2020 with a bar routine which went viral to the tune of 4 million viewers. In 2020, Elena was awarded the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award for Michigan State. She's a three-time WCGA All-American as well as academic All-Big Ten and two-time Distinguished Scholar. While at state, Elena has been a member of the Women's Leadership Council in 2021 and 2022. After graduation, Elena hopes to be working for a news station back in South Carolina as a multimedia journalist while continuing to coach gymnastics. She's currently waiting on potentially mentoring high school athletes in Costa Rica this summer. Elena Raven. Alyssa's Spartan path began at Perfection Gymnastics in Westchester, Ohio, where she was coached by Enrique Traviano, Lucas Wasson, Janelle O'Sullivan, and Amrit Singh. Alyssa immediately made contributions on beam while training the all-around initiative. This season, Alyssa has contributed on beam, floor, and vault with tremendous success. She boasts career highs of 982.5 on vault, 987.5 on beam, and 975 on floor. 75 on floor. That's just reasonably great. And academically, Alyssa has been academic All-Big Ten since 2019 and a WCGA All-American since 2019 as well. Alyssa was awarded the Big Ten Distinguished Scholar Award both in 2020 and 21. She received the 2020 Most Improved Award at our annual awards banquet. Here at State, Alyssa is currently a member of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and the Food and Nutrition Association. Alyssa's plans after graduation are to start her combined internship master's degree of dietetics program in the fall of 2022 after selecting her program in April. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Lee. be from coming in 2017, the other 4 coming in 2018. I can't imagine any group of young ladies, young adults, that have conquered adversity as much as these 5 have. It's really nice. It has been from the day that they entered Michigan State and the classes that have come after them. Their leadership, their tenacity, their passion, everything they have intangibly to offer this program, to offer the new kids coming in, has gotten us to where we are today. It all started right here. It was the beginning. It was the beginning of something great, and I don't know if you guys know it or not, but that's how special you are to this program and to this staff. Thank you. And without even help the parents, we have an amazing parent group, okay? And we're not saying bye, because we're gonna drag you, we're gonna find you, we're gonna hunt you down in North Carolina next year, or wherever. Come and see us, okay? No goodbye, just see you soon. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Spartan fans, let's give one more big Spartan round of applause for our senior Spartan gymnast, Sydney Ewing, Ashley Hokolit, Leah Mitchell, Elena Raven, and Alyssa Freeman.
As we wrap things up here at senior night, final score, Michigan State 197.575. That breaks the program record against Western Michigan's 196.725. Skylar Schulte set the all-around record for program history with the 39.675. There was tears shed, there was records broken. A awesome night all the way around here at Jessup Fieldhouse. Thank you so much. I am Owen Ozust, and thank you so much to Sierra Sageman as well, and everyone else that has helped us through this gymnastics season. MSU, a fantastic team all the way around. You've been watching Gymnastics on Big Ten Plus.